Happy New Year and welcome into 2025. If you plan on buying a new home this year, smash that like button because this is your year. We are in a buyer's market and I'm seeing builders all across the board give a little bit extra to help buy down the interest rate, pay for some closing costs, and they're dropping their prices here in the Austin area. Now, this home I'm super excited to share with you because there's a couple streams of income with this floor plan. Now, I want to pause this here for a second because I really want you to grasp this because it was unique to me when I first saw it. So you see this one very long driveway that's going to be shared between you and the other between these four homes here. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. That's the way that it was laid out with this builder. And when I saw this, I was like, man, when you think about like a family compound that I see on social media, but that's usually out in very rural America and the outskirts of town, you can almost have this little family compound. So if you have yourself and maybe three other friends that can buy the other remaining houses, you can know the block that you're shared on, right? So something to keep in mind. The house we're looking at today, why I'm excited for is because not only does it have a studio on top of the garage that you can rent out, it also has like a separate living quarters. So if you have maybe someone that's moving back home, or maybe you have some grandparents that you want to move in, there's some space for them that has their own private entrance, and that way they feel like there's privacy and you have that noise, you have that separation, right? Now, this home that we're looking at is currently for sale. This is 7810 Ella Lane, and it's priced at $683,000. Okay, so we walk into the living room and are immediately greeted with all this beautiful natural light. Now, keep in mind, you see in all the windows there are blinds. Typically, in new construction, you aren't going to see blinds. That's definitely something that the builder added. I'm curious because usually when they already have it, it's because a buyer fell out, but I wasn't. I forgot to ask. But something that they're including right now are the appliances. So you get the blinds and the home appliance package, which is like washer, dryer, refrigerator, dishwasher, and the brand can be whatever the builder is. The brand's always different depending on the builder. Okay, this is the Piazza floor plan, like Mike Piazza. Remember that old Dodger guy, catcher for the Dodgers. This is starting price point at $513,900. Now, that's why it's the same floor plan, but why does it start cheaper? Is because they added some upgrades to this floor plan. Because they added an ADU, so think of like that studio over the garage that we will see towards the end of this video, and they added the kind of guest living in suites that we'll see here in a second. I'll point that out. So this has 4 beds, 2.5 baths. Again, this is a 2-story, a little over 3,000 square feet, and it has a 2-car garage. But it does have the ADU option available. So here we go. That was the front door. This is the private entrance for the bedroom upstairs. That would be ideal for either if you have kids that are moving back home and you want them to have like a separate living space. This would be ideal. I know for the stairs could be an issue for my grandparents, but if it's not an issue, this would be a perfect bedroom for them because again, only up here is just the one bedroom and the 1 bath. Okay, that's it. So this would be the private staircase to the bedroom. You could even possibly rent this out. Okay, because again, you have that privacy. So here's the bedroom. And it comes with a private bath and a nice closet. What do we think? Now, keep in mind, this floor plan has like 3 separate living spaces, and you can rent out 2 of them, possibly. We can take a look at the numbers because with the salesperson's help, we can figure out what they're getting in rent and seeing how much that would offset your mortgage. So if you're trying to do that house hacking strategy, this floor plan would make sense for that. I've seen very few builders offer an ADU option, which they should be doing more of because Austin recently changed their zoning law, so you can have more population density, so you can have more. You can build ADUs within the same plot of land. And Pacesetter is the first builder that I've seen take advantage of this. Okay, I love that they added a bunch of windows on that staircase to get all that natural light in. That was very, very nice. It could have been very closed off and been dark. So now we're going to go through the gallery here and check out the... I think we're going to go all the way back to the master bedroom. Oh no, we're going to check out the garage first. Okay, so here's the 2-car garage. Now, keep in mind, above this garage is where they built the studio apartment, and it has its own private entrance that we'll see here in a little bit. This does come with the garage door opener. For my buyers looking at new construction, the garage door opener is always something that most builders kind of skip out on to save costs. You have to ask for it, or to throw it in, or you might have to pay for it. It really depends on the market. Right now, I'm pretty sure you can ask for it and they'll give it to you. Okay, but it's something to take note of. I kind of like sometimes opening the box here so I can see how they labeled it, to see if it was by a label maker or if it was handwritten. Kind of gives me a sense of like the little things of when it comes to workmanship. Okay, so now I felt like we jumped a little bit. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, so we're walking into the master bedroom. Keep in mind there's no carpet in the master bedroom, and it does have a 5-blade ceiling fan. I want you to pay attention to the ceiling fans. Most builders do not include them. They sometimes include them in the primary and in the living room, but not in the rest of the bedrooms. They come pre-wired for it, but that's something you have to ask the builder, because not every builder does that. But these are little things I like to point out for my buyers who are looking at new construction, because the devil's in the details. Now we're walking to the master bath. We have the nice shower and tub combo. I think they could have done a little bit better job with the his and her sinks, because usually for the her sink, I've seen builders just have a place for a chair, because more often than not, women are gonna sit down to get ready, as opposed to a guy who could just stand up, because it doesn't take as long. But they didn't do that here. They could have done that. Or they could have moved the sink to the side a little bit and had like a space for the women to get ready. Just one walk-in closet. But I like what they did here. I like when they have the primary bedroom that goes into the walk-in closet and that connects to the laundry room, right? And then you can come out the other way. So there's 2 ways to get in and out of the master bedroom, which I always like. That's very functional, and I like just having that kind of convenience of especially the laundry room. Okay, so now we're going to be walking into the other 2 bedrooms here on this side of the house, and it does have this nice Jack and Jill kind of bathroom setup. I love when builders do that. I don't see builders doing that enough, honestly, because it does save space, and it's highly functional, and it's a very great way to have a bathroom that connects 2 bedrooms. Okay, this is kind of like a funky looking walk-in closet because of that kind of very narrow space there, but hey, maybe you can put like a snowboard there. Something would fit there. So here's the Jack and Jill setup, right? So you can have at least the sink area to yourself, and the really thing that's shared is the toilet area and the shower, right? And then you have your own private sink here that you can actually close the door. You see how that works? Jack and Jill. And then here's the other bedroom. So these bedrooms are carpeted, no ceiling fans. They do have walk-in closets. And we're about to check out the study here in a second. One thing that they didn't do for the study was have those beautiful French doors. That is an option you can have if you're looking at a to be built, but since this house is ready and you can move in today, they decided to not include it. But this is what the home office is. Now, note that there's the lights in here are different, and there's no closet, and they just have a normal door. Usually for a home office or a study that I'm seeing with the builders, they have the nice double French doors, but they don't have it here. Some community information. Tax rate is a little bit high, 2.58. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel it in the years to come, all right? But at least once you tour this community, you're gonna see why it's that much, because there are on-site elementary schools. There are so many parks here. You could see where your property tax dollars are going to, right? So that's something to consider. Here's a grilling patio. Okay, we're now kind of on the side of the house here. This is the grilling patio, and that is the courtyard down below. How would you utilize this space? In the builders, with the builder's floor plan, they have that marked as a courtyard and grilling station. What else could you include here? I can definitely see maybe a canopy to include some more shade. Definitely maybe a fire pit. You can maybe do like a conversation pit. I love a conversation pit. I love the mythology behind that and on how that works. I definitely want one for my future home. Okay, now we're gonna be walking towards the back end of the house. Remember that shared driveway we were talking about earlier? Okay, so here's the private entrance for the additional studio that they have built on top of the 2-car garage. So you could, in one respect, rent this out because it has its own private entrance and it's a full studio. So it has a full kitchen, a top and bottom hookup for a washer and dryer, it has a full bath, and it's like a studio. So the living space and where you would sleep is in the same area. Now, again, I'm not seeing this much from that builders are doing. If I remember correctly, the salesperson told me like this is like an $80K upgrade. But check this out. I was very surprised. I was like, oh wow, I can see myself living here. It was very spacious. And again, we're on top of the garage, 2-car garage. This is a natural gas community. There are Pacesetter is offering some incentives to help with the financial cost, either buy down the interest rate or pay for some closing costs. We can talk about all that in more detail with the builder and the lender, because every builder is offering something a little bit different. But just know that if the neighboring builder is offering a better incentive, I'm gonna know and I'm gonna get that for you. I have not seen a deal fall through because builders are very aware of what other builders are offering as far as like incentives. So I know that's something that they would not let, kill the deal. I thought this was kind of neat. A little timer there for the fan in the bathroom. I hadn't seen that before. Now, if this studio comes with the washer and dryer and the refrigerator in their home appliance package for the studio on top of like the main house, that is going to be a great deal. Let's do that. Let me ask for that for you, because I would love to have you go into a home, move in ready, and have 2 streams of income, because you could technically rent out that studio above the garage and rent out that private staircase for the upstairs bedroom. Now check out this amenity center. I'm going to rewind back a little bit because this needs to be talked about. Look at this thing. When I first saw it, I was like, man, are we in Houston? Because that looks like NASA. That looks like a building of NASA. But this is the amenity center for Easton Park. Check out that resort style pool, or pools, I should say. Inside you have your gym, you have your event center. I mean, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's a retention pond back there. I don't believe, no, it actually looks like a fishing pond. Sometimes it could be a little bit confusing to see if it's a retention pond or a fishing pond. I wouldn't be surprised if there are fishing ponds in this community because it has everything else. Now that is a dog park we are seeing. That's very nice. Usually the dog park's like away from the amenity center, but the way they laid it all out, it's amenity center, dog park, and then across the street is a food truck park. I was like, what? A food truck park? I'm like, more food trucks, because Austin is known to have food trucks galore. Should talk with all these master plan communities, because I don't see that enough happening where you have access like that so close to the community. I mean, we could definitely do more of that and have it be walking distance. Again, walking distance. We want everything to be convenient, and you'll get a taste of all the worlds here, because I saw a lot of cuisine from Central America, South America, and even from, what was it? I had the shawarma. I had chicken shawarma here. I think it was Turkish, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was Turkish, the branding of the truck. The Treehouse Park. Check them out on Instagram. You can see some cool pictures they have of this place. So I thought that was really neat. I was really surprised about just how much you could see, how many amenities they have. This is like one of the crown jewels is Skyline Park, because it has that direct line of sight No obstruction in the way of downtown Austin. That is downtown Austin, folks. Check out this huge, at least a couple hundred acres of open park. That is an outdoor amphitheater. They do a ton of community events at all the parks. This is just one of several parks here in Easton Park. Okay, look at all these different, very unique style parks here, just in Skyline Park alone. Okay, not only does it have like 3 or 4 or 5 separate little parks, it also has a splash pad for the kids. All of this is for the kids, really. That's this blue thing right here. That has the canopies. That's the splash pad. And again, you have that nice backdrop. Can you just imagine as a parent sitting down and having that as a backdrop, being able to see downtown and your kids play? You can have that here. That's so, and then having maybe music playing on in the background, because Austin's the live music capital of the world. I'm sure they have live music there, especially as summer is approaching with that outdoor amphitheater. I mean, beautiful. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Look at all that. Okay, now I'm going to pause here so I can share my screen, and I want to take a look at something here. All right, let's take a look on the map on where this community sits. Okay, so this is it. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Okay, because remember how we saw the skyline for downtown? So you can kind of see that here. This is the community where it's located, and then there's downtown Austin right here. Here's the airport right here. Very, very close. I will say, because I know being that close to the airport, you might have an objection of like you don't want to hear the airport noise. And for the half day I was here getting content and touring some of the homes, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear any airplane. So I don't think this is part of their route going this direction. But let me know in the comments if you live here, if you hear a lot of airplane noise. I'd be very curious if you do. Very easy access to major highways, I-35 and 183 toll. I-35 is great if we're going north or south, if you're going up to Dallas, or if you're going to San Antonio. And then 183 is nice for Austin if you're going north or south locally in Austin, because that's a toll, and it's just a quicker way to get there. Chances are you'll probably take 183 from this community because it's closer, and it'll be probably less congested, because I-35 is very well known to always be bumper to bumper during high traffic times. Okay, but take a look here. This is all Easton Park. This is a master plan community. We're talking several major high-end builders building here, and they still have a lot more room to grow and a lot more homes to build. They currently have approximately 3,000 homes that they built already, and when it's all said and done, they're going to have upwards of 12,000 homes. Okay, so there's a lot more future phases of building to be had. So if we can't find a home here that checks your boxes, maybe we can find that in a future phase. Okay, right now they have 6 to 8 months of build time, so it's something to consider. Okay, we were just checking out Skyline Park, and you can see here they have parks galore. Okay, Community Park, Discovery Park, Kiki Park. That's why I think the tax rate is so high, is because you have a lot of amenities here. On top of the amenity center, you have all these parks. I mean, they're open to everybody. Don't get me wrong. But you'll be so close, like walking distance, riding your bike distance to all these events. Okay, that's super, super nice. And at the end of the day, if I'm paying a little bit high in tax, I want to see it. I want to see it where it goes in my community, and you definitely feel where it goes in this community. And I'll leave it at that. You have to really experience it for yourself. I was very blown away. Very blown away. Let's see here now. And it has some on-site elementary schools. Okay, let me see here. Can I see anything? Yeah, it has Newton Collins Elementary, and I believe in a future phase they will be building another school. So look at that. They have the elementary school right across the street from Skyline Park. Okay. So if you're looking for a community that's walkable, that's very close to a lot of the major conveniences, like where to grocery shop, where to find dining, close proximity to major highways, close proximity to downtown Austin and the airport. These are all great resale value points. And I know that's a very, very big question I get from my buyers, is like they want to know about how this house is going to appreciate with time. Are they going to get a good return on their investment? And although I can't predict the future, I can use some of these points that I mentioned as far as closer major transportation, having ease of access to recreational things, and close proximity to the airport, downtown. Find a floor plan that checks a lot of the boxes. Even a floor plan that you can even maybe be able to have some revenue stream. Right? You can do that with this builder in this community. And that's very, very unique to this community, because I have not seen that. I've seen other builders have a casita or have that mother-in-law suite, right, on top of like the main house, but I've never seen a builder have all that plus an additional dwelling unit. So that full studio apartment that we saw above the garage, that is amazing. Now think of, we need to contact me so we can talk numbers to see how we can work that in your favor. So we can see like, hey, how much could I charge to offset the mortgage so you're paying almost next to nothing? That's possible with this floor plan with this builder. And I'm very excited to talk to you about what those numbers look like during our consultation. So what should you do next? If you're looking to buy right now in the next 30 days, I'll have all my information linked in the description. So definitely hit me up. If your timeline's a little bit longer, like 3 months out, or longer than that, let's still do a discovery call. I'd love to get to know you, see where you're at in the process, and maybe there's an obstacle there that we can overcome together. Okay. Keep in mind, I don't work alone. I have a bunch of smart people I work with in mortgage lending, credit repair, creative financing. We are all problem solvers, and we all want to see you win, because when you win, we win. Okay. And sometimes at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. And I've worked with clients and they've been very pleasantly surprised at how quickly my people work, how my team works, because we all care. Plain and simple, we all care about what we do, and we get a lot of fulfillment out of it. And I hope you kind of get that. That comes across in this video. And we can definitely get a little bit, dive deeper in the numbers as far as like what you could possibly charge for the studio, and what you could possibly charge if you want to rent out that second kind of private room that's apart from the main house. Okay. And again, if you're wanting to build this floor plan from the ground up, you can have a little bit more say in the options, the design options, and we can really make this really beautiful. Okay. So again, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all things new construction here in the Austin area. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.